Ever get that sudden craving for popcorn the moment you step into a movie theater? Or maybe the sound of a specific notification on your phone makes your heart jump just a little. You might think it's just a habit, but there's a fascinating psychological reason behind it. And it all goes back to a scientist and his very hungry dogs. This is the story of classical conditioning. So let's travel back to the early 1900s and meet our main character, Ivan Pavlov. He wasn't a psychologist, he was a physiologist studying the digestive systems of dogs. Pretty glamorous, right? He was measuring their saliva when they were fed. He noticed something peculiar. The dogs didn't just drool when they saw the food. They started drooling before that, like when they heard the footsteps of the lab assistant who brought the food. Pavlov thought, wait a minute, footsteps aren't food. Why are they reacting like this? This accidental discovery changed psychology forever. Here's the breakdown of what Pavlov figured out. In the beginning, we have what's called an unconditioned stimulus. Think of this as something that naturally and automatically triggers a response. For Pavlov's dogs, the unconditioned stimulus was the food. The natural automatic response to the food was salivating, which we call the unconditioned response. The dogs didn't have to learn to drool when they saw food. It just happened. Now, Pavlov introduced something new, a neutral stimulus. This is something that, on its own, doesn't cause any reaction. He used a bell. When he first rang the bell, the dogs were like, okay, weird noise, but they didn't salivate. It meant nothing to them. This is where the magic happens. Pavlov started ringing the bell right before he gave the dogs their food. Bell, then food, bell, then food. He did this over and over and over again. This is the conditioning or learning phase. The dog's brain started to build a bridge, an association between the sound of the bell and the arrival of delicious food. After repeating this process many times, Pavlov tried an experiment. He rang the bell but didn't bring any food. And what happened? The dogs started salivating just from hearing the bell. The bell, which was once a neutral, meaningless sound, now triggered the same response as the food. The bell had become a conditioned stimulus, and the salivation in response to the bell was now a conditioned response. The dogs had learned to associate the bell with food. This isn't just about dogs and bells. Classical conditioning is happening around us all the time. Remember that movie theater popcorn. The smell of popcorn is the unconditioned stimulus. Making you feel hungry is the unconditioned response. Over time, you associate the entire movie theater environment, the dark room, the big screen, the comfy seats with that popcorn smell. Eventually, just stepping into the theater, the conditioned stimulus can make you crave popcorn. The conditioned response, it also explains why certain songs can make us feel happy or sad. If you heard a specific song a lot during a happy time in your life, your brain links that song to those happy feelings. Now, years later, hearing that song can bring back a rush of joy, even if you're not consciously thinking about the past. The song is the conditioned stimulus, and the happy feeling is the conditioned response. The same works for negative experiences, which is how some fears and phobias can develop. So, the next time you find yourself reacting to something in a way that seems almost automatic, take a second to think. What's the bell in your life? What association has your brain created? It's a powerful reminder of how much our brains are constantly learning and adapting, often without us even realizing it. It's not magic, it's just science. Thanks for nerding out with me today. If you enjoyed this little dive into the human mind, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more. See you next time.